All right, this is round robin video number 3, and we're talking about a little bit of practice and a little bit of thinking your way through this process. We were working or finished up looking at this practice question number 1, and just kind of as a quick recap, remember what we figured out was we have 90 total games, right? We did the equation, we have 90 total games. We broke our units into males and females. We have 36 teams, 18 males, 18 females. Okay, so what we decided is, we have 18 teams. We could break it into 3 leagues of 6, 6 leagues of 3, or 2 leagues of 9. And we figured out how many games, if we did that, and based upon how many teams are in a league. Again, the n here would be 6. If we use this, the n would be 3. And if we use this, the n would be 9. Right? And we can see what comes out. So moving forward then, taking a look at this, we have to determine the number of games to play each of the leagues. And so what we have is, we know that we have 3 leagues, 6 teams, and based upon our equation before, we know that we have 15 games per league, right? So that's what we're using, 3 leagues, 6 teams. We know we have 15 games per league, or 15 games, going back, 15 games per league, right? So that's where this 15 comes from. So we have 3 leagues, so it's 15 times 3 equals 45. So we have 45 male games, and then we also will have 45 female games for their 3 leagues. So that's what this next part says. Since we have 2 units of participation, males, females, right? 2 units, and we know that we have 45 games for each. We can multiply 45 times 90, and that's how many games we can play. Well, funny how this works out, but we also had 90 game slots. So we're being very efficient there, having 90 games, 90 game slots, and that would probably be the best setup for our league to give people participation, but also use of our facilities. So it looks like that 3 leagues of 6, okay, is the best way to divide it up. Okay? And so again, plotting out and practicing that idea of round robin. Well, here's a second question for you for practice on round robin. Each team will play how many games, right? So we know we have 6 teams per league, that's the n. N minus 1 is the total number of games each team will play. Okay, 6 minus 1 equals 5. So each team will get to play 5 games in this round robin tournament. Okay. How many games will it take you to play the whole league? Again, we just substituted into our equation. Don't have to know the equations. I'm going to give you the equations when test time rolls around. You just have to know how to put in the numbers and figure it out, and use this equation to help you figure out how many teams we need and what league's going to be the best, and the number of teams per league is going to be the best. But here you can see the equation for the number of games. Okay, so it's n minus 1 multiplied by n times 2, right? So we have n is the number of teams per league, 6 minus 1 is 5, times 6 is 30, divided by 2 equals 15, right? We already figured that out, but did it again here for you. Okay. Now, how do we go about scheduling it? So we have 6 teams per league. We don't have any buys since it's an even number. Okay. So everybody's playing everybody, and we know everybody. There's going to be basically 5 weeks or 5 days in this case, right? 5 days, and everybody's going to play everybody. So when you do round robin, the nice thing is you can basically, everybody's playing everybody. It doesn't matter, seedings or anything like that. You just play. Okay, and so we can put in it's easy here just to put a number, and then that number represents a particular team. You can write out the teams, and when you put together a schedule, it's probably easier to write the teams, but for help us to schedule it, it's easy to use numbers. So if we use one league, for round robin, I just always go through, okay, we have 3 courts or fields, okay, and so we do, or one court, right, or one field at this particular time, whatever time that might be. Let's say that's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, whatever we have. Okay. Team 1 will play Team 6. The next one will be Team 2 versus Team 5. The next one will be 3 versus 4. So for the next day, and again, all you have to do, easy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The next day, what you want to do is keep that one number, and it doesn't matter what number it is, work whatever you do, work if you have a bye or not, is keep that one number. Where'd my arrow go? In this case, number 1, you see, hasn't moved in its position. It's still in the same position it was before. But all the other numbers moved around it. So the 6 went from this spot to here. Okay, the 2 moved down, the 3 moved over, the 4 moved up, the 5 moved up. So it basically works in a circular motion with the 1 not moving. And now you got 1 versus 5, 6 versus 4, 2 versus 3. Guess what happens next day? 1 stays where it's at, 5 moves across, 6 moves down, 2 moves over, 3 moves up, 4 moves up, and you got to your matchups for the next day. Again, 1 doesn't move. One number doesn't move. It stays the same. Or the bye, if you have a bye, it stays the same and everything else moves. It doesn't matter which one it is, just pick one. Okay? Again, you'll see the 1 staying right there. 4 moves down and over, 5 moved down, 6 moved over, 2 up. Again, that circular pattern, and you'll see it again on this one. Now what you'll see is that now 1 has played every team. They played 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. They got their 5 games in, and they played a different team each time, and the same would happen with 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. Okay, that's how you schedule a round robin. Very nice and easy. Once you got the math done, scheduling kind of falls into place and is pretty easy. You do that for each one of those other, 6 leagues, 2 or 5 leagues, 2 more for males, 3 more for females, and this is what it would look like. This is kind of a round robin looking at, okay, let's put in names now. Okay, so we have 18 teams. Some of them are male, some of them are female, or I guess 18 teams. All of these are male teams. Okay, and this is coming from Mississippi, so Oxford, Horn Lake. This is League 1. So League 1, Oxford plays Tupelo. That's 1 versus 6. Same thing we saw back here. Oops. Sorry. Same thing we saw back here. 1 versus 6. Now we're just substituting the names of the actual teams in there, and that's what the tournament will look like when you put it all together. Okay, so this is all that team or that League A. What we saw there, League B, League C. We had 6 courts, 3 different time frames, and this is what it looks like. Okay, and Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, so whenever round robin and looking at how to schedule round robin, scheduling is easy. A little bit of math that you have to figure out to help you figure out the number of courts or facilities that you need, the number of teams and what league's going to fit together. That'll be some of the practice that we do from here over the course of the next couple of days, is looking at doing those math and working your way through some of those equations. Again, I'll be available Wednesday if you have questions and you need some assistance figuring these out. But when the test time rolls around, you will have to probably put together a schedule for a round robin tournament and figure out some of this math. And you'll definitely have to do it when the big project comes around and you have to put together your league, your challenge, whatever you're going to do. Okay, so hope this helps. I posted another video there by John Bile, who's one of the foremost experts in scheduling and putting together tournaments. So that may also help you as you move forward. So again, any questions, feel free to let me know, and I'll be there to help you. So